Welcome to another video. In this video, I'll take up a question that comes up throughout the year. And the question is, can a non-engineer crack the CAT? Of course, it is not about a specific non-engineer, but in general, there is a perception that non-engineers tend to struggle, whereas a lot of engineers find it relatively easier to crack the CAT and other similar exams. It's a fact that engineers tend to do well on exams similar to CAT. अब वो क्यों ऐसा कर पाते हैं, क्या वजह रहती है, that I'll talk about at the end of the video. But before that, to the more important question right now, can non-engineers crack the CAT? The short answer is yes. I'll quickly take up 4 or 5 reasons that will explain as to why we can come to this conclusion. 1. CAT as an exam or other similar exams test you at 10 standard level. जहाँ तक आप भले ही इंजीनियर बाद में बने हैं, नॉन इंजीनियर रहे हैं, दोनों ही केसेस में 10th तक आपने वही चीजें की जो एक इंजीनियर भी की. So there is no advantage or disadvantage by virtue of whatever education you pursued after your 10th standard. Now you may come up with the second excuse कि इंजीनियर्स ने बाद में भी मैथ्स किया होता है, 11th-12th में भी मैथ्स किया होता है, इंजीनियरिंग के टाइम भी मैथ्स किया होता है. Now having been an engineer, I can assure you कि जो मैथ्स 11th-12th में होता है या इंजीनियरिंग में होता है, वो मैथ्स कैट में कहीं भी काम नहीं आता है. So whether it is calculus, 3D geometry or vectors, stuff like that, that does not find a place in these exams. So whatever an engineer might have done post 10 in terms of his or her exposure to maths does not really count insofar as the CAT is concerned. Right? So that should simply go out of the window. Third thing, Quant is an area that a lot of non-engineers believe themselves to be weak in. Now the very fact that I'm using the word believe, it's a mindset issue. Practically there is no reason when you look at an exam such as CAT for someone to simply extrapolate his or her fear of math into Quant that is tested upon in CAT, but a lot of people tend to do that. So because you're carrying a lot of the past baggage कि पहले मेरा मैथ्स वीक था, अगर आप बहुत सारा बोझ उठा के चलेंगे, अगर आप पीछे देखते हुए चलेंगे, अगर आप खराब चीजों पे फोकस करते हुए चलेंगे, तो जाहिर है कि आपको आगे चलने में दिक्कत होगी. So that's something, that's a problem here. That's something any non-engineer who decides to can simply get rid of. So there goes another reason, right? Fourth, empirically, there are so many non-engineers every year making it to the top B-Schools. We see that happening. We see a lot of students starting with Quant as their weakness, not because they don't know, but that's how they think. That's a major area of concern for them. In fact, even among the success stories later on, you will see a very high proportion of students saying Quant was a weakness, Quant was a weakness, because that's something, that message has been repeated so many times in your head that that's what you begin to believe. But despite that, evidence or the actual numbers suggest so many of them are finally not only able to cross that hurdle of CAT, but do so with flying colors. There are so many non-engineers that I can simply recall whose highest sectional percentile was in Quant, even though they began initially with the fear that this is something that they can't really master. Right? Fifth reason, I'm counting the number of reasons right, is the criterion of diversity. A lot of top MBA colleges, including for example IIM Ahmedabad, tend to give some weightage to different academic backgrounds. Right? So there are colleges that give additional marks to non-engineers, for example, in the selection process. Or colleges, as I talked about, like IIM Ahmedabad, very often they take up the top few students in every stream. So regardless of what percentile they've scored, the top few CAT aspirants in every different stream, they have 5 or 6 major academic streams that they've sort of categorized the students into, and they are called directly for the interviews, post-CAT of course, right? The sort of reason why an engineer, even with a higher percentile, may not get a call from a top B school, may not. It's not always the case. On the other hand, someone from a different background with a slightly lower percentile also may get more number of calls from top B schools. So that's another fact that flies in the face of that popular notion, that non-engineers don't stand a chance. Now, finally, as I said at the beginning of the video also, engineers still tend to do well. If you go to the breakup of the academic disciplines in any top B school, you'll find a majority of engineers there. Now, why does that happen? There are two reasons for that. One is, engineers ने बहुत मार खाई होती है. आप इतने टेस्ट दिए होते हैं, आई एम एन इंजीनियर, और इतनी दफा खराब स्कोर किया होता है कॉलेज में कि आपका एग्जाम्स का डर कम हो जाता है अगर खत्म ना हो जाए तो. That's something you overcome. So that's more of a temperament advantage that a lot of engineers have because of the sheer number of tests they've been exposed to and have even failed at or got their beep handed out to them. So because of that, they are more confident in taking that any exam. Not confident that they'll do well, but at least confident enough not to take too much pressure. Right? The other thing is that a very high number of engineers write the CAT. So naturally, if the proportion, if the sheer number or the quantum or the magnitude of engineers is very high, even if the success rate is not extremely high, the number of people finally making it from engineering background to the top B schools will be high. And within those limited seats, the proportion will end up as a higher statistic, right? So these are the reasons why you still find a higher proportion of engineers when you look at the batch breakup. But that's something that you can learn to see through if you're doing your data interpretation sessions right? So that's it for now. I hope I've been able to address that query or to quell it. Every year there are hundreds and hundreds of non-engineering students along with engineers who make it to top B schools. Your background is simply not important. If at all, non-engineers have a slight advantage due to the diversity factor, if of course they are able to overcome the demons in their heads. That is. I hope you found the video helpful. If so, do put a comment or press the like button, share it with your friends who might gain from it. That's it for now. Thank you. See you soon again. Bye for now.